hitting monsters as hard as possible. Way of the Greatsword. And today we will talk about a way that the Greatsword hittest the hardest in all of Monster Hunter history. Though of course, smacking monsters for the biggest, most impactful badass hits possible is not unique to Greatsword, despite being the best weapon. And if you don't believe me, oh, what's that on the box of the very first Monster Hunter? Is it a Greatsword? Is it the flagship weapon? In any case, I'm not gonna be like that. But every hunter likes to really give it to the monsters, hunt-wise, specifically hunt-wise. So, what is the attack in all of Monster Hunter that has the title of Biggest Smack? Well, if we ignore cheeses and exploits and things that aren't supposed to work the way that they worked, like, I don't know, the fact that Longsword currently has nearly double the motion value on its Helmbreaker, allowing for ridiculous speedrun times in the Rise demo. I mean, honestly, guys, are you not content with just tripping us up constantly? You have to literally break the game too. Jesus though, sub 4 minutes, what is that nonsense? We then are going to look at one Brimstone slash, because this is something very special. It is a Hunter art back in GU. The Hunter arts are little signature attacks. You charge them up, hitting the monster normally, and then you unleash them, and there is quite the variety. But one in particular for the Greatsword, the Brimstone slash, was very special. It took 10 seconds to go off. Yeah, I'm not kidding, 10 seconds. Like, it was stood there for 10 seconds. I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, look at it, but 10 seconds. Unless you use the Striker style, which was the style for Hunter Arts, let you use 3 of them, let them charge faster, and it made it go off in 5 seconds instead of the 10. But in any case, it took a while to go off. But while you were charging, you could get hit, not be knocked away, and it would power up the attack. And then what you would unleash is something truly spectacular. But before we get to that spectacularness, it should be pointed out that technically on a base level, it is weaker than even True Charge in World and Iceborne. See, True Charge has a motion value of 2.64, and for those of you that don't know, every single attack that you do with every weapon in Monster Hunter has a hidden modifier on it. So say you do basic stab with sword, the modifier on that, the motion value, might be 0.5, which is to say that that attack does half your weapon damage, 50%, 0.5. So most motion values are less than 1, whereas Greatsword with its big hittiness, well, True Charge is 2.64, i.e. the attack times 2.64, which is a big bump. With a Brimstone slash then, it's only 2.39. I say only, that's still ludicrous, and back before True Charge existed in World, it was the most ludicrousy. But the thing is, while we have hit the highest number ever seen in Monster Hunter in World and Iceborne, and I say we, I did the best I could solo, but the absolute lunacy teamwork of Team Darkside, of course, have hit something utterly preposterous. 18,100! Not that I will quite spoil it if you've not seen it for some reason, but you really should go see it. I will try and remember, hopefully, to link it down below. In any case, Brimstone Slash has a little hidden extra. That power-up from being hit while you're doing it is worth up to 50%. When that is taken into account, it outdoes True Charge. Though it has never quite reached the damage numbers that True Charge has, it has, again, from Team Darkside and their insanity, one shot of Valstrax which is one of the favourite Monster Hunter videos I have ever seen. I'm just making this video to tell you guys to go Team Daxter. That's what I'm doing, apparently. And you know what? I'm okay with that, alright? In any case, it's more to do with the actual mechanics in the gaming world in Iceborne that allow that number to happen, more than True Charge being better. If Brimstone Slash was in World in Iceborne and worked exactly as it does in Generations Ultimate, well then it would hit a number higher than True Charge. So Brimstone Slash is still the move. And it really is the move. Look at it. Oh yes, a hit so hard it bounces Kongalalas out of the zone. And to have imagined this attack in Iceborne, being able to use Frostcraft for 30% more damage, maybe your Cat Coral Horn buff for another 15%, or, you know, the various things that just weren't simply in Generations or Generations Ultimate is very exciting. But Iceborne is done, so where else might we imagine Brimstone Slash showing up, at least in some form? Rise, of course, and this really is the true, well, reason behind this video. I want to see something equivalent to this as a silkbind in Rise. I want to press that button and do the big charge up super, I don't care if you hit me, smack. And the thing is, True Charge is in Rise, so perhaps it might not be as outright powerful, but it would have that utility of standing there, shrugging off hits as you charge up this mighty blow. We have seen that a lot of the silkbinds do represent the Hunter Arts in some way. The current Greatsword Power Sheath is very reminiscent of Lion's Maw. Both of them sheath your weapon and boost your next attack or attacks. Even the Jump into the Air Greatsword Silkbind is reminiscent of Moonbreaker, and that is very, very cool to see. And if we look across the weapons, this is the case, and that's no coincidence. The team that made GU are making Rise, so maybe they're like, okay, Hunter Arts were fun, but they felt too disconnected from the weapons, which they did. You had your moveset, and then you had press a button to do big Hunter Art move. It really didn't kind of play back and forth, whereas with Wirebugs being part of your combos and actually in your kit, you can integrate them in a much more natural way. So if what we're thinking is true from what we've seen in trailer footage, and that you can change your Wirebug attacks, you can alter your weapon loadout, I really am hoping that somewhere is a greatsword attack to mimic Brimstone Slash. If we say that the two that are currently in the demo are representing Moonbreaker and Lion's Maw, then surely Brimstone Slash is still lurking, and perhaps Ground Slash 2 as well, but we will see. At the very least, I feel like most of the Hunter Arts will be in Rise in some changed, maybe hidden, master modified form, and that's no bad thing, as they had a lot of potential, but were a little bit over the top and a little bit disconnected, so in theory that can be smoothed over and then just integrated into the weapons themselves in Rise. And I realize this is a very long and convoluted way of saying, I think the Brimstone Slash is not only arguably the most powerful attack in Monster Hunter history, despite maybe perhaps some of my numbers might be wrong, it's been a while since I've looked at it, but I think they're okay. It's also one of the most fun, impactful abilities ever seen in Monster Hunter, and I hope it appears in Rise in some form, which indeed it would seem to have a good chance to do. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any Hunter Arts you would like to see represented. But for now, like and enjoyed this, subscribe for more. Please consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon. Every little helps. It truly does. It keeps the channel going. A goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.